Assalamu alaikum. Farzana Hassan here. I'll start with the rest of the lines from Prayer Before Birth. I'm not yet born, or fill me with strength against those who would freeze my humanity, would dragoon me into a lethal automation, would make me a cog in a machine, a thing with one face, a thing, and against all those who would dissipate my entirety. The unborn child is again voicing his fears. He feels that all his abilities would be frozen after coming to this world, because people will try, or the cruel people who are ruling the world at this time, they would change him into a machine, just an instrument into a machine. Dragoon means they would force him. Automation is an automatic thing, it's a machine, so he would be more like an instrument in a machine. Cog means wheel. So he would not live here as a human being, rather just a part of a machine, because it was the time of the Second World War and the world was suffering a lot due to this environment. That's why he has voiced all his feelings here. The suffering of the feeling which he has gathered while seeing people suffering this great crisis in the world when the Second World War was going on. Would again and against all those who would dissipate my entirety, would blow me like thistledown hither and thither, or hither and thither like water held in the hands, would spill me. So his personality would be refused to grow up here in this world. It would not get its freedom to groom. It would not. He would not be able to make use of all the instincts, of all the faculties with which he is going to be born in this world. Rather, he would be dealt just like a seed. Thistledown is actually the fur of the seed. So he would be dealt just like a seed which is thrown here and there on the ground, and in this way he would be dealt like water which is kept in the palm for some time, but obviously it automatically spills down and it becomes useless. So he doesn't want to become a useless thing in this world. He wants to grow up as a human being in this world. Now the last lines: let them not make me a stone, let them not spill me, otherwise kill me. He doesn't want to become a stone. He doesn't want to be wasted in this world. Rather, he wants to live here as a human being. He doesn't want that his qualities with which he is going to be born should be wasted by the cruelty of this world, by the oppression of this world, by all the pains and miseries of this world. Rather, he wants to grow up with all the qualities which are given to him by God, and he wants to utilize all his talents, all his capacities for the betterment of humanity and for himself. Now, this is the end of the poem. I would add certain things here. First, the most important thing is the literary analysis of this poem. I must tell you that the poem is a dramatic monologue. The unborn child is speaking to us, and we listen to him. He is the sole speaker over here. So we listen to him, so it's basically a dramatic monologue. Then I'd attach here some certain points which you can see later. We have the example of alliteration here, like blood-sucking bat, tall walls, wall me, wise lies, lure, black racks, rack. Then there is personification in third stanza, where water, tree, sky are speaking to us. He makes them speak to us. Anaphora, where the line is repeated, I'm not yet born, many times in the poem. Then we have the examples of assonance, we have the example of metaphor, simile. So I'm not giving you more explanations, you can see it in the attachments. Further, the preparation for exams is concerned. I have given here the questions and along with that you have to prepare the critical appreciation. Out of that critical appreciation you can easily attempt all the questions which are attached there. Then also prepare the synonyms of all the difficult words, because this is done in the MCQs, so you should be ready. And I think a student of literature easily knows what words are difficult for her, and you can easily do them. I'm also attaching the themes of the poem, which are actually the fear of future life, environmental fears are there, ongoing struggles of humanity as there, rights of children expressed section, then freedom to live according to one's abilities. Then we further see that the child is asking for political and religious freedom to live, then humanism and fears of war. We should also give her a bit of the introduction of the poet, what age he belonged to, and his period is especially the time of modern age. And modern age is the age in which two great world wars were there, and humanity suffered a lot. So this is actually an outcry for all those things which were happening in those times. And especially this poem was written during Second World War, so it is simply an outcry for all that was happening in the world. I hope that this lecture of mine will help you a lot for your preparation and especially for the exams, and also it will give you a little bit of insight into the bitter realities of life. Life is definitely really bitter sometimes, but I think human effort can make it beautiful as it was meant to be beautiful. That's why we should always try to make it beautiful with all our such efforts, which actually give freedom to all of us to live according to our own abilities and our own wishes of life. Thank you so much. Inshallah, meet you in the next lecture with the next poem that will come after it. Allah Hafiz.